Frank Luntz is a noted Republican pollster. Before Election Day, he told Fox News a polling error like 2016 would endanger his business.
If Donald Trump is right and these pollsters are wrong about this race, then people like me are going to have to find a new profession.
Although substantial, Joe Biden's victory was not a landslide. Democrats registered meager Senate gains and lost House seats. Luntz said the election results were devastating for the polling industry.
There certainly was striking polling error.
Joseph Campbell is a communications professor at American University and author of a book about famous polling errors.
The polls indicated to us, the American public at large, that there was going to be a blue wave election, that Joe Biden would sweep easily, comfortably into the White House and bring along with him a Senate majority of some size as well as an enhanced House of Representatives majority. And none of that really happened.
Bill Schneider is a political analyst and professor of policy and government at George Mason University.
What the polling did was it stirred a lot of Trump voters who are very enthusiastic but they're not really habitual voters. They're working class white guys who don't vote in huge numbers. It got them angry, and it moved them to go out and vote to save the president and to save the Republican Party.
Every poll has a margin of error. Figuring out who is going to vote is key to keeping that margin small.
We want, as a pollster, to weed out, to remove from your sample those voters who say, yeah, I'm going to vote, but actually are not going to vote. And there are different ways in which pollsters do this, and there are different screening devices, as they're called, by which to weed out those non-likely voters.
There is a reason that polling organizations say their surveys are just a snapshot in time.
They're very useful for understanding what's happening politically. They're very poor at predicting what's going to happen next. Because people change, people respond. They respond to the polls.
While there may be a reckoning ahead for the industry, polls are here to stay. So entrenched that polling has already started for 2024. Steve Reddish, VOA News, Washington.